right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Tuesday morning. It is sunny. There is snow on the ground. Blessings to everybody in the name of Yeshua, Jesus the Messiah. I pray everybody is blessed in many, many ways. And today is a very special day, guys. Today is a very, very special day because it's not every single VIP Bitcoin live stream that we find a setup during the stream that plays out extremely well. So shout out to everybody who took that long yesterday. We have a lot of things to talk about today, guys. What does this pump mean for Bitcoin? Make sure to smash, I shouldn't say that. Make sure to FOMO into the Jason Casper like button, guys. FOMO into it, because as usual, if we can get 750 likes by the end of the stream, I will absolutely be giving away 0.025 Bitcoin. Also, guys, the code SPORTSBALL at jasoncaspertrading.com is still valid for a $100 discount off the trading course. We will be live momentarily, guys. Stay tuned. By the way, guys, make sure to follow me on Twitter at Jason_Casper. I'm going to try and post more on there. Also, if you could retweet my tweet with this video, that would mean the absolute world to your boy. All right, y'all, we are live today on this Thursday, and it is a beautiful day. It is a beautiful day. God is good. God is good, and I'm excited. I'm excited to be here, guys, because not only do I love technical analysis, which I absolutely do love, I also love trading in general. It's something I thoroughly enjoy. But, you know, I'm stoked. I'm stoked on the trades, guys. I'm stoked on the trades. You know, I have to be honest with you. It's been a long weekend, it feels like, since trading down in this range, looking for upside down at this support, and we have gotten it. Let me remind everybody, make sure to FOMO into the like button. Okay, this is the Jason Casper like button index. As you can see, there's no need for me to even say, but as you see on the screen, this is super bullish, y'all. And as Bitcoin is breaking out, I think we should be aware that the Jason Casper like button is also on the brink of a breakout. A super rare signal just flashed. Okay, I'm shaking and I'm shocked at the fact that the Jason Casper like button is going to go to new all-time highs. This is the trade setup that I actually am giving live, okay, for free on YouTube, where you're only going to be risking this much of your capital to potentially gain this much reward. Okay, it does not get better than that, guys. If we can get 750 likes, I will absolutely be giving away 0.025 Bitcoin. Now, speaking of trade setups, yesterday in the VIP Bitcoin and Ethereum live stream that I do every single week, I absolutely did give this trade setup right here as we were live analyzing this Bitcoin price action. I saw that we were at a very, very key area to look for potentially a higher low in a continuing uptrend. Okay, now this was an idea that I had been looking at for a number of weeks, but this exact trade setup yesterday evening that I did give in the live stream was because of the fact that Bitcoin had broken bearish market structure and had come back to retest what used to be crucial resistance now as support. And because we had come back to retest that $42,000 area, which used to be very crucial resistance, now acting as support with bullish signs on market Cipher B, this is the trade setup that I gave yesterday in the stream. And this is actually a scalp trade setup that I had given on February 13th, where we're looking to take along, basically coming down as low as 40.7, but really focusing on that 41.5 to $41.7 area. So I've been longing this area for a long time. In fact, yesterday also, in my video, I was bullish, and a lot of other people were very bearish. And the thing is, I've learned over the years to trust what Market Cipher says, because it really does give you the signals that we are going to get a significant move. So this is what I was saying yesterday. Based on what Market Cipher was saying, I was feeling very bullish. Bitcoin getting a bounce from this box. Very, very interesting, because we have a signal on Market Cipher B that I would say is pretty dang rare. Pretty dang rare. And that is the coveted uneven butt cheek pattern on the 4-hour time frame. Now, if we go ahead and we turn off Market Cipher B and we just leave my drawing on here, we can see that we have what looks to be a pair of glutes that is slightly out of balance. Okay, somebody has an issue from years of inactivity and the right glute does not fire. Okay, now that could get pretty serious. Okay, that can get pretty serious. And if you see this on a high time frame like the 4-hour, this is actually a very bullish signal. And I myself am in a long position from last night, and I held it all night from down in this box. In fact, I was longing this box all day yesterday. In fact, if we come over to the VIP Discord and we go to the potential Bitcoin trade setup channel right here, we can see that the setup that was given was to long the green box if we were getting the bullish divergences, which we in fact were. And notice the stop loss is very low because we need to have room for some breathing here. This was a big zone of support, the 40.7K to 41.7K, a $1,000 zone of support. But we did indeed get our confirmation. So shout out to everybody who took that trade, because it was a pretty dang juicy one, guys. It was. So my point is, you know, over the years, I have definitely noticed that market Cipher, when it gives you a signal on a higher term time frame, you need to take that thing very seriously. If we see a green dot on the weekly, we need to take that seriously. If we see money flow coming up and bullish divergences on the 4 hour, we need to take that very, very seriously. And so here is where we're currently standing as far as the Bitcoin goes. I'm going to go to a higher term time frame now, and I'm going to shut off my local analysis here and just use a blank chart. And what happened was, and as we were dumping down, we were keeping an eye on the fact that there was a very, very crucial area of support and resistance that we had right about here, okay? Because this was our resistance back in January, this green box, our resistance back in January, our resistance over the summer twice. We flipped it into support, acted as support in the fall, support in December, support again, and when we lost that support, we were saying this now becomes very important resistance. And one of the potential swing long trades that I have been looking at is, because here's the thing, assuming that this is the bottom, right? Assuming that this is a bottom, and it's very possible that it is a significant bottom. A lot of people do not catch the exact bottom or the exact top. What we need to do, especially if we're swing trading, is we need to wait for confirmation that market structure has indeed changed. And what happened over this period of price action is very significant. If you are looking to be a swing trader, these are the types of setups you want to look for, where what has happened is we have our high, our low, our lower high, our lower low, our lower high, our lower low, our lower high, our lower low, higher high for the first time since November 11th. And then what happens is we come back down to retest what used to be massive resistance, right? We have to keep in mind this green box here, the green box on the chart in the Discord, this is not just any old green box. This is a massive level that we have been respecting for over a year, right? And so what happens is we now come back down to test this box with bullish divergence on market Cipher B on the 4 hour. That is no joke. And so the reason why I was comfortable yesterday saying this is a trade setup happening right now is because, let's see here. What were my exact words? Potential swing long setup right here. As long as we don't lose this support, we could put in the higher low here and a very good risk to reward. This is the setup I gave yesterday in the live video. And the reason why it's such a good risk to reward right here is because we know that this box is crucial support. And so it's a very clear place to enter a trade, extremely clear. We know that if we come down more than 3%, the trade is invalidated. So we only have to risk 3%. But we have our sights set on higher highs on the larger term time frame, because if we go to the daily, then we can see that we've officially put a higher high in this market structure. So we're assuming A, we've put in a bottom, B, we flipped market structure from making lower lows and lower highs into making higher lows and higher highs, and C, this is a higher low from which we can look for now a higher high, right? And so this is really, really great. These trade setups do not come very often, but when they do, they can be very, very profitable. Now, I've already taken profits on this trade. My stop loss is at the entry, securing this trade for myself. If we do come down lower, I will look to enter potentially lower as long as we don't lose this green box, because there are still some areas of support that we need, that we have not touched, in other words. But this to me looks extremely bullish. I would say the weekly time frame on market Cipher B, it's neutral right now. We do have this wave that is underneath the zero line, and there's definitely a lot of potential here for more upside. So there's basically one of two things is true. Either we have bottomed out here, and now we're just gonna continue trading basically this sideways market that we've been trading since last year, right? Where we basically have our lows down around 30K, our highs about 65K. That is one potential scenario. And if that is the case, then yeah, this weekly could potentially bring us all the way back up to the 60s. But something else that we need to keep in mind is simply just the fact that, first of all, we have not touched the low of the sideways range. And secondly, we have been seeing something that, in my opinion, is quite bearish, which is on the BLX chart. This is basically Bitcoin since inception, that the money flow on the weekly time frame is coming down, and even the VWAP on the weekly time frame is coming down. So scenario number 2 is simply that this is a relief rally. We're going to get a rejection probably from one of these important areas, and then come back down to put in a real low. A real low coming down to the low of that range. I will say that the weekly close from last week looks extremely bearish. Just objectively speaking, this purple candle right here, let me zoom in so we can see. This purple candle right here looks extremely bearish. The fact that we came up above the previous high and then lost it like that, basically it looks like a failed swing high. It looks like a failed swing high. Unless this weekly candle now starts to show us strength and come above that that $46,000 area, then you know, this very well could have been a just a failed swing high. So we just need to be aware of all the different scenarios that could happen. And one thing that I find very interesting is the fact that, let's say that we do just get a little relief here, and then we come down to put in another low, that from the dump, from the Cufaronian cheese, from that time in March 2020 to the all-time high, we have absolutely got ourselves a golden pocket back down there, right at the low of the sideways market, right? Right at the low. So if we come up and we come back down into the golden pocket, maybe that could be our bottom, or potentially even down at the 786 level. Just ideas, guys, that we need to be prepared for. If we continue getting upside here, then the two major areas that I'm looking for a rejection, okay? Because remember, I know a thing or two about rejections, okay? When I was in high school, again, every single female I ever talked to rejected me. So I know how it goes. Now, I'm the shy type, quiet, don't have much confidence, low self-esteem, not so good at sports, kind of fat, addicted to video games, right? Don't know how to talk to girls. So I see a girl I like, right? She's blonde, yeah? She's blonde. You know, Jason Casper has a thing for blondes. She's got some dirty blonde hair, like this color right here. That's light blonde. She has light blonde hair, okay? And let's see here. She has some nice light blonde hair, okay? Here she is. Her name is 38 She's foreign, okay? She's from a different country, one of those European countries. Us Americans, we don't we don't know anything about European countries, right? We don't know. There's Germany and there's England, and that's it. And then there's like all these other, and they all speak different language. We don't care. We don't care about you guys, all right? I'll tell it how it is. Come on, Americans. You guys know you don't know a thing about Europe, right? So 38 from one of those Lithuanian countries or whatever, she's up here and she's at high school, and I was in high school, and I was like, hey, 38 maybe after school you would want to hang out with me. Now, she's foreign, but she's really good at sports. She's a cheerleader, and she just has all the friends in school. She's super popular. So when you come up to talk to her, okay, she absolutely will reject you. Okay, and if there's one piece of dating advice I could give to guys, it would be the girl will always reject you, okay? Don't even try. And so 38 could definitely reject us. Now, here's something we need to keep in mind. The weekly VWAP is curving down. The daily time frame, right? The daily time frame is doing something that could give us a bearish divergence as we come up to 38 to ask her out on a pizza date, and she probably doesn't even eat pizza. She's hip, she's cool, she's paleo, she's keto, right? She's not going to eat pizza with you. Ew, gross, get away from me. No wonder you have so much acne on your face. You're eating pizza all day. Do you see that grease, right? Do you see the simple carbohydrates, the GMO wheat in the crust? Do you think that's good for you? So what could happen is we come up here and we get a bearish divergence on the daily as we come up to ask 382 out, okay? And this could be actually a serious rejection that could be the end of the relief rally. And the reason why I'm saying this is because we have to be aware, and you know, this is a pretty good trade right now. We have to be aware of the fact that we have not only do we have the 382 right there, but pretty much from the entire time that we've been trading Bitcoin from the end of the summer to now, our highest volume node is right around where 382 likes to hang out. Right around that $47,000 area. Okay, we're going to go ahead and pull our fib from the high to the low, and we can see that this is a key area of resistance. So really, guys, keep your eyes on the daily, and if you see as we're coming up to where 382 likes to hang out, and we also go down to the 4-hour time frame, and we see that the 4-hour time frame is also giving us bearish divergence. That is key, okay? If especially, and I don't know like how long it will take for us to get the courage to walk up to 382 and you know, her other friend, high volume Nodia up here, 382 and high volume Nodia, two very beautiful young ladies back when I was a junior in high school, guys, you know. And so basically, if it happens very fast, right? Let's say we get a massive pump, New York Open in 2 minutes, boom, right? This could really be a bearish div on the 4-hour, even with the money flow coming down. So we just need to be aware of that. 382 and high volume Nodia, and they just call her Nodia for short, all right? Nodia and 382, they represent a very important area for Bitcoin, because here's the thing, okay? Oh, where are we going? Oh my goodness, guys, my computer. Oh, when I'm live too. Oh man, no wonder 382 wouldn't have it, right? And Nodia, I don't even like Nodia, you know. But you have to play nice with Nodia, because you know how friends are. You got to make nice with the friends, right? So if we can come above Nodia and 382, I actually believe that we could come up to the 618 golden pocket retracement around 55 to 57,000. Those would be the two major levels. If this is truly going to continue with bullish market structure, those would be the two major levels that I would be looking for. So this was very healthy. Let me just kind of show you guys again the health of this. If we are ever getting it sounds almost like it almost sounds like some kind of like crazy gent riff, you know. So if you ever see something like this where we switch market structure on a high term time frame, and then we come down to retest crucial resistance as support, and we get a rounded bottom like this, right? A rounded bottom like this, okay? I'm not talking about an uneven bottom. I'm talking about a rounded bottom. Actually, when you see a rounded bottom like this combined with uneven butt cheeks on the 4-hour, it should really make you it should shock you, because it is a very bullish sign, okay? This was nice. And so right now, of course, we're getting some resistance at resistance. There's no need to be overly concerned. So if we come back to a lower time frame, let me actually turn back on some local levels here of support and resistance. Just because I want to show that we are in fact getting resistance at the Fibonacci golden pocket retracement, confluence with a daily level right up here, and also the value area high of the local range. Okay, the value area high of the local range. If we can come above this area right here, around the 4444-ish area, literally right where we rejected. I mean, we pretty much rejected off the range value area high almost to the exact dollar. If we can come above that, I think it's possible we can come above this previous high. Now, I think it's also important to note that this previous high, I've been expecting higher here for a while. Like I actually thought we were going to reject here, come down, and then come up higher for the rejection all the way down to here. Because if we go to the VIP Discord, and by the way, if you want to get into the VIP Discord where I post the juicy trade setups in advance, as well as many other amazing traders in here, amazing traders posting technical analysis, trade setups. And this setup I did give live yesterday during the VIP stream. You can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. But if we do come to my original idea for this range, I was expecting for us to come up above 45.5, get a move down to the point of control, and then come back up for higher for the rejection back down to the green box. I was expecting us to come down to the green box. I just thought we were going to see higher before we got down to the green box. And so basically what this allowed me to do was I was able to short from around 45,000-ish and now long the bottom, which is nice, right? It's nice to short the top and long the bottom. And shout out to everyone who's also doing this, because we have a really great, there's really good traders in here, and we all do analysis together and stuff. But yeah, so I was able to short from 45.399 and 50 cents, and then also a not as good entry at 45,000, and then also then a long from 41.8, and then in another long as well from a little bit higher of an entry, 42.1. And yeah, so I'm kind of in a good position right now, the ultimate schlong, short and long at the same time. Right, if we do dump down from here farther, which let's entertain that thought. Could we dump down here a little bit more? I would say that it is possible that we could come down a little bit more. Some of the local supports that I'm looking for are going to be this very key area. Okay, we have a golden pocket retracement, we have the range point of control, we have the monthly point of control, and we have the VWAP coming in right around 43.7. That would be actually a really nice retracement here before another movement to the upside. And right now as it stands, you know, if this 4-hour actually does print a red dot, then I think, yeah, we could come down a little bit more here. The 1-hour time frame has a slight bearish divergence. I can't actually really tell if that's a divergence or not, but money flow is getting thicker. So what this kind of tells me is probably we're either going to range a bit here and then see higher. That's kind of what I'm thinking, guys. I think we range and then see higher. That's kind of what I'm almost expecting here because of the money flow on the 1 hour, and also because we did get some pretty bearish divergences coming in here that didn't really amount to much. So we'll actually have to see what happens here, because as we are coming up to our next areas of resistance here on the 12-minute, we could get a pretty significant bearish div here to maybe get some kind of rejection off the 786. Let's go down actually to the 1 minute and see what money flow is looking like. You know, I have to say things look bullish. The fact that we're getting such bearish divergences on the lower time frames, and yet price is literally staying constant. I mean, even on the 24-minute time frame, right? We had a very clear bearish divergence. Price is staying constant. I think I'm kind of expecting us to range around here. When you see bearish divergences on the lower time frames and the higher time frames are starting to top out, in context of, I would say, a daily green dot, and in the context of the 12-hour time frame being so primed right here with a money flow coming up and a trigger wave right here, I'd say the likelihood is that we probably form some kind of a bull flagish range here and then probably see higher prices. But we should be aware that this is resistance at the top of a range, and we have no reason to get overly bullish, okay, until we break out of this local range. For the same reason why I had absolutely no reason to get overly bearish yesterday when we were down here at the low of the range. You can't get bearish when price is low, and you can't get bullish when price is high, because then it doesn't allow you to buy low and sell high like your grandfather told you to do. You know, he told you, son, just got to buy low and sell high. It's so easy. Trading is so dang easy. Just buy low and sell high. I'm telling you. All right. So now I'm going to head on over here to the live stream and see how many people we got in here. About 400 people, only about 100 likes. Can you even believe it? Can you even believe that? Guys, if I'm going to the like button, I'm trying to give away 0.025 Bitcoin over here. I'm trying to. Shout out to Angel for Truth. Shout out to Robert Bonar in the chat. Shout out to Smokin' Joe X. Smokin' Joe X, what do you think, man? Like, what's your take on all this stuff, man? What's your take on all this? Shout out to Angel for Truth's mom. What pre-workout do I use? Good old black coffee, and if I can, Sumatra coffee. Always organic coffee beans. Guys, men out there, let me tell you, if you drink coffee, you don't want to be using non-organic coffee beans, because do you know what that does to your coffee beans? I'm telling you, all that what are they called? Pesticides, man, that they put on non-organic coffee. You're basically just drinking the pesticides because you're washing them off when you put it through the coffee machine, and then you're drinking it. And I'm telling you, it's not good for your testosterone, guys. Come on, you got to keep your coffee organic. Shout out to Titan Trading Group. Shout out to Christopher M. Brock in the house, and shout out to Denzo Jill, who regrets being overly bearish. It's okay. It's okay. Right? We all have wrong market sentiments, and I do all the time. But and usually my wrong market sentiments are, I'm getting overly bullish at lows and then we go lower. That's actually happened to me 2 times. The past, on the way down, I longed 45K and I longed 40.7K, and then we broke down. Those are the 2 last major losses that I've taken, because I was looking to long the low of the range, and the low of the range, well, it just kept getting lower. It just kept on getting lower. So, you know, what am I going to say? What am I going to do? But, you know, you just go on to the next trade, guys. You just go on to the next trade. That's all. That is all. So, let's see. Actually, I want to see what's happening here as we come up, you know. Yeah, I think we'll probably, I think we'll probably range around here for a bit, because the higher time frames are topping out, and we're seeing bearish divs on some of these lower time frames, even like the 12-minute here. Although VWAP is curving up, I don't know. I'm just stoked on the long right now. So, So Angel for Truth thinks we get to 44.6 and then sideways. Steger 007 says, see you at 49K. Yeah, that's 49K is another really important level, I would have to say, because 49K is, and look at this daily level here and this golden pocket. You know, clearly we're at some kind of resistance at the high, at the high of the range here. It's interesting. It's very interesting. So if we break out of this, then, you know, the 47 382nia, what was her name? 382nia and Nodia are up here, and you know, we do have this $49,000 area, the value area high of this range up here, and we have a golden pocket coming in right around that area as well, $50,000. So there's other levels to be aware of, right? There's definitely other levels to be aware of, but I would say, that the major one I'm looking at right now is going to be 47. If we come above 47, I actually will get quite bullish, because when, like, volume, how's the volume? Volume is everything, you know. Volume is everything. And there's just so much liquidity at that 47 level. If we can come above that high volume node, I mean, that is majorly bullish. I mean, that's bullish, guys. That is, we're talking now, if we come above that high volume node, you know, then we're talking, I'm saying at least the 54K area, and it makes sense that we come even a little bit higher, you know, potentially up to 61, but also the $57,000 high volume node that we have right here. Yeah, that would be nice. If we really start trading above this level, guys, look at how important this level is, just in general. General anesthesia, right? General anesthetics, anesthesia. If you know what I'm saying, just look at this level here, right? It's been there's been much interaction. Okay, much interaction. We got this thing, resistance, support, support, support again, resistance, support, resistance, support, 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 resistance. And now, well, by George, G. Willikers, and what's another old expression that's not used anymore? And I don't know. Then this is really telling us that we could see some higher prices here. And I know people are talking about the what's all the talk I've been seeing lately? There's been a lot of talk here about an inverted head and shoulders over here. All right, Dolores, we got an inverted head and shoulders over here. You know what I'm saying, Dolores? This guy needs another cup of organic coffee. You know, we don't got organic over here, but we got some coffee beans, and you know, I'm telling you, is this the inverted head and shoulders people talking about right here? Something like this, I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. But I think people are saying if we break out of here, well, you know, well then Dolores, this guy's really going to need another cup of coffee. But maybe they were talking more on a lower term time frame. I think they're actually talking on a lower term frame. Or maybe they might have been talking very local when I saw these posts. Yeah, actually, I think I don't know. I'm not much of an inverted head and shoulders trader, but I will say that they do tend to play out those inverted head and shoulders is. So yeah, let's pop in, guys. Make sure to like the video. We got 400 people in here, only 200 likes. Man, you know what that does to a man's self-esteem? It will absolutely deflate it. So let's see. Some people are short. 19% of you guys are in a short right now. 46% are in a long, and 35% are in no trade. Well, you know, I have to say that I'm also in a long and a short as well. I'm in a long and a short as well. You know, I'm always schlonging it, guys. I'm always schlong, right? If you know, I'm short, I'm long, I'm a little bit of everything over here. You know, I'm a millennial. I'm in that generation. You know, I'm not a Gen Z. Okay, Gen Z, they really take it to the extreme when they say they're a little bit of everything. But us millennials, you know, we paved that road for a little bit of everything goes. So, you know, I'm long, I'm short, I'm schlong, and yeah, this is pretty cool, guys. Make sure to follow into the like button. Live trade signals right here. The Jason Casper like button index is super bullish, y'all. And you know, also the Jason Casper like button did get some uneven butt cheeks over here. It was very shocking. Okay, I was outside with the chickens, and as you can see, when the price wicks down below the previous swing low, it wicks down into this little garbage can lid full of water. And the chicken on my head will definitely drink that water, and price will get a pump. Likewise, when we wick up above the previous swing high, the chickens will drink the water, and we will get a failed swing and come back down lower. So, you know, all this to say, guys, make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, make sure to call your mom and tell her to like the video. Say, Ma, you know, there's a guy on the internet. You got to check him out. Are you into trading? She's like, oh, no, I just, it's just not for me. I just can't. No. And you're like, come on, Ma, come on. She's like, no. Okay, Ma, whatever. You don't want to make money over here on the couch? Okay, that's fine. That's fine, Ma. I'm not going to complain. I'll support you. I'll support you in your older age because I'm honoring my father and my mother. Right? Just like it says in the scripture. Honor your father and mother. Kabed et avicha ve'et imecha. Right? Im אתה מדבר עברית, אז אתה יודע. Let's pop back into the chit chat here. What coffee brand would I recommend? Peregrine. Shout out to Angel for Truth, who's a Generation X. So Jack Streff says, I shorted the golden pocket because of the bearish divs, but got stopped out. Well, honestly, man, there's not really much you can do to avoid that. It happens sometimes, right? But we do just have to, when Bitcoin is in crazy pumpage, which it kind of is right now, right? We've had some very erratic pumpage, and these zones of consolidation have been breaking out. Basically, we had a bull flag, and we broke out. Sometimes those 12-minute divs are not enough, man. Sometimes they're not. But here's the thing. We're not going to win every trade, and that's why we have to use good risk management, right? Because if you shorted that and you got stopped out, well, not a big deal. Just wait for the next trade setup. It's really not a big deal. That's just part of trading, right? We're stacking the probabilities in our favor. That's objectively a very good short. I actually shorted that as well, and I did also get stopped out on my entry. And excuse me, it was basically a break even for me, probably even a small loss for me, because of the fact that the market order outdid the limit order. But yeah, I mean, I saw the bearish divs here too, and I took a short. So, you know, it is what it is, man. On to the next one. If you can combine a good trading strategy with good risk management, losses, you have to factor in the fact that losses will absolutely happen. The key is to keep the losses small and to have a strategy that will allow you to not lose money and then have the winners be good winners. So for me, my strategy is basically I take trades that meet the criteria of my strategy. I take profit early, stop loss to entry at the very least, or just keep the stop loss in the place where the stop loss should be, so that at the very worst, if you take that loss, it's not setting you back in a way where you're now unable to continue on because you've only lost a small percentage of your capital. And by the way, if you guys do want to learn all this stuff, you can check out jasoncaspertrading.com. This course will give you the knowledge and the skills you need to become a confident and profitable trader. Paper trading only. I absolutely only trade fake money, and I advocate everybody also only trade fake money. But this course will give you the knowledge you need to feel confident in your trades, how to stop trading with emotion, and also how to utilize tested strategies to enter and exit trades, as well as risk management and mindset. And here's the thing. Even if you don't have the best strategy in the world, if you're sticking to some kind of strategy and you're using good risk management, you can be profitable over time. You can watch YouTube videos of people taking 100 random trades over the course of a year and growing their account by like 3% just because they're using good risk management. They're always setting their take profits at twice the level of the potential risk. And they're literally entering random trades. And if you think about it, that makes sense. You're flipping a coin. Price is either going to go up or it's going to come down. Those are literally the only two options. And so if you enter a long, you already have a 50% chance that you're going to win the trade. If now you implement good risk management where you make sure that your losses are never going to be more than your wins or even equal to your wins, you're going to make sure your wins are always more than your losses just by using a good risk to reward ratio. Well, now, just mathematically, because there's always a 50-50% chance that you're going to win the trade, those wins are going to be more than the losses over time in general. Now, if you add to that good risk to reward ratio, a strategy that has more than a 50% win rate, let's say a 60% win rate even, just a 60%, you're going to be doing better. 70%, you're going to be doing better. And the goal of trading is not to get rich quick. It's to consistently accumulate and grow your account over time. And you can get it to the point where your account is big enough where you can actually support yourself from the average profits you make every single week, month, right? You shouldn't be looking at individual trades either. You should be looking at your overall trading as a whole, right? Over the course of time, right? Because if you look at anyone's P&L, it's not going straight up. In fact, I was just looking at mine this morning. It's going up over time. If I put it on 30 days, if I put it on 90 days, it's been going up. But if I look at 7 days, there's times where it's going down, right? So, and it doesn't go down by a lot because you make sure to keep those losses small. And by the way, guys, for this course, there's a $100 discount pinned in the chat right here. You could check it out if you're interested. Make sure to like the video, guys. We've got about 400 people in here only. Only about 300 likes. My goodness. Yeah, dread mining 2% a day would be really, really amazing. That's true. But you can't put standards on yourself like that because you don't know if you're going to be able to do that. You don't know if the market's going to give you that. When people, just in my experience, if you focus on money or even if you focus on percentage, you're going to mess with your mind. You should focus on trading. You should focus on finding good trade setups. And you should focus on the process of doing your analysis, using good risk management, and sticking to your strategy. Because if you do those three things, the profits will just come. But if you're focused on, I have to make 2% today, I have to make 1% today because I saw the thing that says, start with $100, 1% a day, and you'll be a millionaire, you're going to start playing psychological games with yourself that are going to stop you from making that 1%. Because if you, and this is 1% on your whole account, right? So unless the market gives you a move that's going to allow you to make 1% on your whole account every single day, and not only does the market give you that setup, but not only that, you're able to identify and take that setup at the right time, which is another thing you have to consider. You're not going to catch every trade, right? You might be too early. You might be too late. You might miss the move. I mean, the other day I was waiting for a trade and I was in the car with my wife. Shout out to my wife, Big Butts 28. You're the best, baby. I love you. She is the best, actually. She is the best. But I was in the car. We had some things to do. We had to go to the feed store. We had to go to the chiropractor. We don't get out much. So when we get out, we do everything we got to do. I'm sitting there waiting for the trade to happen, I have my limit orders set in ByBit, and I see the divergences, and just price is staying still. It's not going anywhere. Okay? Going to the grocery store to buy, what do we have to get? I don't know. Something. Come out. Price is still holding still. I'm sitting in the car. Big Butts 28 is driving. I'm looking at the charts. We get to the chiropractor. It's the kind of chiropractor where you go in and go out, right? She just puts you on the table, snaps you up, and then you're out of there, right? It's not the kind where you go and sit for 3 hours while they give you like some heat massage and shock therapy. Like, no, we don't got time for that, right? So we get in there. I'm like, all right, I closed my limit orders on ByBit because I'm like, I'm not trying to get wrecked while I'm in the chiropractor. But at the same time, I'm thinking, okay, I just spent all day looking at the chart. Price isn't doing much. There's no way it's going to move when I'm in there for 5 minutes. As soon as I go in the door and shut the door behind me, I get the alert on my phone that Bitcoin's at my level. And, on my phone, it's too late now. We're already getting the bounce. I've already missed the entry. By the time I look at my phone and my ByBit account that I wanted to trade on wasn't even logged in on my phone because I was on my computer in the car, I missed it. So I could have gotten 1% that day. But I didn't, right? We got to take all these things into account. So don't focus on the percent, focus on being a good trader, and I guarantee that the profits will come. It's just a byproduct of focusing on the right things. If you're focusing on making money, you're absolutely going to lose money. If you're focused on a certain percentage a day, you're absolutely going to lose money because you're going to be taking trades you shouldn't take because you're chasing that percentage. Don't chase, right? Don't chase, right? Just like how I shouldn't be chasing 382ia or Nodia, right? I got to let them come to me. I've got to let those girls come to me, if you know what I'm saying. So shout out to Angel for Truth with the $9.99 super chat. God bless you, Angel for Truth. Yeah, thank you guys for the likes, by the way. Thank you for the likes, everyone who's watching this this stream. Yeah, if we can get it up to 750, I will absolutely be giving away 0.025 Bitcoin. And yeah, don't chase, guys. Please don't chase percentage or money. Trading is a wonderful thing, but you have to approach it in with the right mindset. And right off the bat, I will say the right mindset is focus on enjoying the process. Enjoy trading. Don't even necessarily, if you have a small account and you want to grow it, and you if you want to grow your account in general, it doesn't even have to be small. If you want to grow your account to the point where you could like take a few trades a week and be making some decent money on it, do not constantly look at your P&L. Do not constantly be thinking, oh, I just need to make 1% a day in order to grow my account to this level in this much time. And especially don't be focusing on the dollar number. What you need to focus on is being a good trader, enjoying the process. I love doing technical analysis. I enjoy it. And so every morning I wake up stoked to find the juicy levels and stoked on the potential trades I could take that day. And then when I take the trades, I have to be honest with you, I'm less stoked on the money. I'm more stoked on the fact that I found a good trade and stuck to the process and followed my plan, and it worked out, right? That's the mind space you need to be in order to be good doing this. And a lot of beginners are too focused on the money because they see trading for the doorway out of the rat race, because it is the doorway out of the rat race. You can generate an income from anywhere in the world. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter where you are, as long as you have a laptop or even a phone. No boss, no clients, no hours. Although us traders know we gave up the 9 to 5 and took up the 24/7 over here, 24/6 if you keep Shabbat. But you know, it's like it's I have to say, you know, I feel like trading takes 2 years off my life every year. Just the amount of sleep and alerts, and it's like the constant, like you can never settle down. It's very hard to get to that place where, you know, you can settle down, because you have to tell yourself, all right, that's it. Like I'm no longer looking at the charts and whatever happens, happens. It's hard to get there. Yeah, so let's put on back some levels real quick. And by the way, you know, shout out to everybody. I mean, this is rare. I do have to say, it's rare that I'm able to give a trade setup live in the VIP stream, because especially a swing trade like this, because they don't usually show up often. This scenario that we got, I am optimistic on it, right? I'm absolutely optimistic about it. Just everything that came into place, you know, the retest of that crucial level, right? The retest of this level here, with a bullish divergence on the 4-hour time frame, was just, I mean, that was a very good setup, right? It was a good setup, and this to me now, the 47K, this is the crucial area. 382ia and Nodia up here, the two ladies who I am potentially going to be asking out on dates. And there's a very high probability they reject me, guys, because I am out of their league. I mean, they're out of my league for sure. You know, they're super cool. You know, they're fashionable. You know, your boy Jason Casper is not very fashionable. Let me tell you. In fact, this is actually a true story. But when I started dating my wife, one of the first dates that we went on was to the store, so I could buy some clothes to look more presentable like a human. Because, you know, I pretty much wore the same thing every day. And in my defense, when I met my wife, I had just quit a heavy metal band in which I was a professional musician for 3 years of my life. And if anybody has been a professional musician in a genre that is not necessarily, let's say, Justin Bieber status, you know that you literally do wear the same thing every day, like for the whole tour. Like you might wear 2 shirts the whole tour. So it was normal for me to wear the same thing every day, right? But I still struggle with that sin, guys. I have to be honest, I'm wearing the same thing I wore yesterday, you know? So let's see. Ken, Gabriel, you know, Ani Medaber Ivrit, to say it with a horrible American accent. I could try better to say Ani Medaber Ivrit, to sound a little bit more Hebrew. Ketzat, you know. Ani lo yodea harbe Ivrit. Walid, you tried to like twice. Nice. That's right. I should have a schlong option in my poll, the King of Kings. Yeah, Jerome C says you should focus on making proper entries, not looking for profits. That's 100% true. 100% true. Whoa, what just happened here? I cannot say the name of the band, guys. I cannot say, you know. Yeah, that's true, guys. You know, even if you're not religious in any way, you know, I recommend taking at least 1 day off trading a week. It's just good. By the end of the week, I'm always so weary, because it's a weary process of not only doing normal life but also trading, right? Andrew wants me to tell the story of how I ripped my pants on stage. Well, man, I don't know if this is the proper time. If we can get 400 likes, then I'll tell the story of how I ripped my pants on stage. But let's take a look now at these lower time frames and see what's going on here. But that was embarrassing. Happened in Canada. Ripped my pants in Canada. I'll never forget. I was in this big, like, old school theater thing. And, yep, everyone saw the fib, but, so, here we go, guys. This is local for Bitcoin right now. This is my actual chart that I'm trading with here. I usually don't show these on YouTube, but I'm just so stoked on life right now. You know, I'm showing everything. I'm just letting it all hang out here. So, I'm expecting us to kind of range in here a little bit, which is what we're kind of been doing for the past few hours, because we're getting slight bearish divergences on the lower time frames, and these higher time frames, they look like they're about to top out, right? We look like we're about to red dot on the 3 hour. Money flow is actually looking kind of crappy here, guys. And so basically on the way down, I am looking at these levels as support. Support number 1 is going to be 43,785, because we have the VWAP, we have the golden pocket locally, and we have the point of control. If we lose that, this golden pocket down here is looking pretty nice, like a retest of this entire resistance down here. What used to be resistance, retesting as support, because not only do we have the golden pocket down there, we have this anchored VWAP down there, we have a low volume node down here. Previously, this was resistance, support resistance flip, right? Support once, twice, and then resistance 5 times. And then we also have a row single prints that ends literally right on that golden pocket. So if we start to come below, I would say the $43,000 level, we start to come into single prints that we have in this big candle here, which means if we come back down into this big candle, I'll actually be looking for us to come back down and just retest these areas because, well, it's probable to happen at that point. And then, of course, the last major area of support before I say, well, this is just a fake out and we just made a lower high in the range, now we're going to lose the range, is going to be the weekly level at 42,378. Because this weekly level, there's also there's a weekly here, there's a 786 here, there's a naked daily point of control right here. I'm pretty sure. Actually, let me see something real quick. Yeah, but these are the single prints here that I'm keeping an eye on for, right? Starting at around 43,330, and we have this one little double print in the middle that's separating this big chunk of single prints here. So, you know, if we come back down here, these single prints end at about 42,810, which lines up very nicely with this golden pocket right here. Also lines up pretty nicely with this anchored VWAP from the high that we put in. So these are definitely some areas I'd be looking if we don't range here, right? I'm kind of expecting range here, breakout. That's kind of what I'm expecting. But I'm also wouldn't be surprised if we range here and then start to come lower. First major area of support is going to be this golden pocket, which is also the monthly point of control. I'm pretty sure. In fact, if we go to the, let's go to the monthly profile chart here. The monthly point of control is right around that 43,850 level. So yeah, right around there is the monthly point of control, the golden pocket, the range point of control. This would be a good support to catch a bounce. Right, that would actually be really nice. We come up to the golden pocket, which is also the range value area high, which is also a daily. Come down to the point of control, which is also the month point of control, which is also a golden pocket. And then we get a bounce from there, and then we actually break out of the range and see higher. That's scenario number one. Scenario number two is, you know, we just get something like this, and then we lose it. And then once we start coming down here, I'm kind of expecting us to find support around this golden pocket here. And if we do that, then hopefully we can get a bounce out of there. And if we don't even do that, and we lose this weekly, then as long as we actually stay we do have to be aware that we still have some pretty nice support down in this zone, right? The 40.7K to the 41.5K. We have two potential areas where the chickens could drink, right? If price wicks down below this previous low like that, and the chickens come out and they're thirsty, you know, we have these two wicks right here, right, where the chickens could absolutely drink. But I think it becomes less likely after all this move to the upside. Now, if we're coming back down, making a lower low, you know, that's a pretty weak sign, especially given the fact that the money flow would be coming down on the 4 hour and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm just rambling now, guys. I apologize. You know, I'm just rambling. I'm just thinking out loud right now. I'm literally just thinking out loud. So, so make sure to like the video and make sure to subscribe to the channel, because that's what I'm supposed to say as a YouTuber over here. All right, so we got 400 likes. All right, okay, so I have to tell the story about how I ripped my pants. Okay, so I used to be in a band, and you know, if anyone was ever in a metal band, right, in the late 2000s, I'm talking 2007 to 2012-ish. That 2012 is the year that this stopped being cool, but this was like in 2010, okay? There was a band out there called Attack Attack, okay? And Attack Attack, what did they do? They popularized this, synchronized squatting during breakdowns, all right? Okay, now don't laugh. Don't laugh at the hairstyle, all right? These guys were like 15, okay? But they popularized this stage move and everybody copied it. Everybody thought for certain, if I want my band to get signed to Rise Records, okay, then I must absolutely copy everything that this band does on stage, right? We're going to jog in place. We're going to squat to depth during breakdowns. We're going to synchronize headbang, okay? And so this move right here was one of my favorite moves to do because I love to squat anyway. I figured, hey, I'll get a good workout in while I'm playing a show, right? And when I was on tour, I also, if you notice, the looseness of the pants right here are not very loose, right? They're a little bit tight. That was also the thing to do, okay? That was the thing to do because there was a guy out there, okay? There's a guy out there who somehow made it popular to dress like a woman, but also play very heavy music, okay? Wear very tight pants and wear your hair kind of like this, all right? He made it popular. Before that, it wasn't really cool to play super heavy music if your gender was questionable, okay? This guy made it cool, and it was cool at the time, guys, you know? All right? Don't hate. He's changed his ways, guys. He's changed his ways, okay? You know, it's not cool anymore for him either. But this is what everyone did, right? Everyone copied each other. It grew into this whole crazy thing, right? So the jeans were tight. The squats were deep. And when you're on the road, you know, sometimes you just don't have underwear, okay? Sometimes you just don't have underwear because your underwear gets dirty. You don't take a shower. You're not trying to put dirty underwear back on, right? So sometimes you have to go with what they call free balling, all right? When you use that term, I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, you got to go commando, right? And so I was in Canada one day, and it was in the middle of a breakdown like this. And when you're in a band, a metal band, breakdowns are some of the funnest times because that's when everyone out in the audience, the fine ladies and gentlemen who come to watch the performance, right? That's when things get a little rowdy in the crowd, right? That's when the broken noses happen, okay? And so you stand up on a stage riser and you feel like a boss because you're up there making some noise and people are punching themselves in the face down below you. You're like, this is pretty dang cool. I don't know why anyone would want to do that, but that's what they did, right? And all of a sudden, as I'm in the middle of this exact position, I hear rip in the crotch of the pants, guys, from the thigh, middle of the crotch itself, all the way down to the knee. And again, I'm on top of a stage riser here, and people are literally looking up at my crotch area, right? And you know, everything was revealed. Okay, there is nothing hidden that will not be revealed. All right. If you want me to take scripture out of context. And that they saw the fib, guys. And so they saw the fib, all right? Everyone wanted to know. Everybody wanted to know, does Jason Casper have a 0.65 or 0.66 in his golden pocket? Okay? They found out, right? They found out. Was it a 0.66? Unfortunately not, guys. Unfortunately, it was only a 0.65. And let's just say I wasn't feeling too much like a champion then. And from that point on, I always wore at least a pair of gym shorts underneath the pants, which is hard if you're wearing tight pants. And it was a humiliating moment, guys, because you go from 1 second feeling like a total boss to the next second. Whew, and I'll tell you, man, when the fib gets scared, you know, he shrivels up too. You know, kind of embarrassing. You know, being in front of thousands of people like that. So, yeah. Do I use, hey, hang on. Yeah, it was super embarrassing. Yes, Mike Rowan, the fib retraced a little bit when that happened. The fib retraced just a little bit, man. You know? I'm sure yours would too, you know? It's kind of like going into the ocean. You know, got a little case of ocean fib going on there. Yeah, we had a little hidden divergence going on there, you know. All right, enough of this, guys. Enough. I'm sorry. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah. So I must have been about 18 years old. Right, Waleed is correct. Waleed is absolutely correct. This totally would have been not even an issue if I had been wearing my Depends. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Yep, should have had on the Depends, guys. Should have had them on. So, that's right, Jack. They saw the naked point of control. Oh, man. Sorry, man. See, these stories never end well, guys. These stories never end well. They never end well. But let's actually check on Bitcoin again. Okay, yeah. So we're finding resistance at resistance, and to the guy who shorted this and then got stopped out. If you're going to be shorting in a uptrend, which I am famous for doing, I love to counter trade the trend because it's much easier for me to see a clear level of resistance and short it than it is to try and hop on the train while it's moving, so to speak, right? It's hard for me to like hop on to like a moving pump, but it's easy for me to say, yeah, we have a resistance up here. If we come to the resistance with a bearish divergence, I'm going to go ahead and short it because I know we're probably going to get something. So I can even set a limit order there, but you have to take profit quick. And then stop loss to the entry. And even, you know, sometimes I will take 50%, you know, quick. And like, you know, this has been a 0.5% move so far. If you take 0.5% of your position out, stop loss to entry, that's a win, right? You could make some decent change doing that along the way up. You just have to have it in perspective. And I would say that for this would have been a really, really tricky trade for me anyway, because we're literally at the top of the range. We're at the high of the range. So, you know, if you had even had your stop loss above that first high that we put in, you would have gotten stopped out here. But, you know, this is like a stop hunt kind of thing. You can always jump back in if you see, for example, that the bearish divergences are continuing. Like, for example, we printed another 12-minute bearish div with money flow coming down. And I actually did hop back into a short right here as well, just because, you know, it's kind of an obvious little scalp move, and I've already even hit my take profit 1 on it. So, you know, and who knows? Maybe we'll come down to this GP. That's kind of what I'm hoping for right here. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Let's see. How many people are long? How many people are short? Fewer people are short. I'm both. You know, I'm both. By the way, guys, there is still a $100 discount on the course if you use the code SportsBall. And for anybody who doesn't know what SportsBall is, it's that game that everyone plays on the TV. And your uncle and like all your friends love to like get together and scream at the TV while the sports ball is happening. Especially when somebody kicks a 3-point goal. And shout out to Jordan Clark. Yeah, it's been a rowdy stream today, guys. It's been a pretty rowdy one, a pretty funny one. Let's take a look at ETH, actually. Wow, look at that. Yeah, ETH, man, just got a nice chicken drinking W's over here. Yep, look at that. So that is pretty nice right there as well. And ETH now get a 2-hour red dot. ETH, yeah, if the 4-hour gives us a red dot, guys, at the very least, we're gonna just range in these areas. At the most, we're gonna come down to retest some of these supports. And you know, this is the zone of short that I'm looking to short ETH. And if we do reject here, this was very nice actually rejection here. If we do reject here, I'm kind of looking down for the first support to be around 30.10, where we have the point of control 382 area. But shout out to everyone who longed ETH too, because we did long ETH from that area in the VIP Discord. And by the way, if you do want to get into the VIP Discord, you can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. But this was the setup given. We came down, just missed that golden pocket, bounced off the 382. But we're like, if we come back down to that golden pocket, going to be looking for a long from there. And, you know, basically that this is what happened, right? We came down to the golden pocket and got our bounce from there. And then fast forward to today, you know, we've come up about from that golden pocket, you know, about 10%, 11%. So, you know, shout out to everyone who took that, by the way. That was a juicy one. And I've been, you know, ETH and me have had a strange relationship back and forth, because she doesn't respect her levels as much as Bitcoin respects the Bitcoin levels. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm hoping that we can come down a little bit more. This 12 minutes making me think we could come down more here, at least to this golden pocket. At least to the golden pocket. Dread Mining, can we check? What's up, Noose BK? And what's up, Scott M? What's up, Mike Grown? Drinking beer, yelling at sports ball. Yeah. That's how it goes, right? Not just beer though. Cheap beer that probably has high fructose corn syrup in it. When are you going to see me on Around the Blockchain? I think tomorrow. No, Thursday. Thursday. Yeah, let's take a look at ETH BTC. Actually, let's do that. Let's take a look at ETH BTC. All right, so ETH BTC is pretty lackluster, I'd say. You know, when we broke out of this triangle here, I actually switched a lot of my spot Bitcoin into Ethereum, and when we rejected off of this golden pocket, I switched it back, which actually wasn't bad. I was actually able to get a pretty good amount of you know, that's a 10% gain that I made on my spot Bitcoin, switching it to ETH. But yeah, so basically we've come back down to retest the triangle, and this is the 7-day time frame. So we printed that gnarly bearish div on the 7-day time frame with money flow coming down. Let's go to the 1 day, kind of see what happened here. I was kind of looking at this cup and handle here, which we could even say is still a valid cup and handle, because if we just kind of do this with the trend line, I mean, it's a funky handle for sure. It's a funky handle, but you know, it's a channel nonetheless. It's a channel nonetheless, and you know, if we break out of it, I would be looking for 1 ETH to be worth 1/10 of a Bitcoin around this next golden pocket slash monthly level here. And you know, right now I would say let's take a look at market Cipher beyond some of these levels. We got the daily trigger wave right here. That's definitely not a bad sign, but I'd like to look at some of these higher time frames for this pair. And the VWAP is still coming down on the 5-day, the 3-day, not a bad anchor trigger. You know what? This actually could be a good time. The way I actually trade the Bitcoin pairs is you know, it's all done on spot for me. And I actually breakout trade these things. I breakout trade these kinds of things where, like, if we come above a certain level, I will then switch on spot my ETH into Bitcoin. And if we come to a certain resistance, I will then switch back. For me, I'm really not looking to do anything here until we start to come above this golden pocket, right? This for me is major resistance, and then I would be looking to hold my at least 18%, hopefully, you know, 25%, where I could make that gain on my Bitcoin, because I'm a corn stacker, guys. You know, I'm a farmer out here. I definitely got the chickens. What do you think? One of the things chicken likes to eat is corn. Non-GMO Bitcoin. Bitcorn, I should say. You can see there's lots of Bitcoin around here. And there's lots of blue and purple candles too. Even pineapples, guys, because what's a good homestead without some pineapples in the backyard? And shout out to who made this. Oh man, I forget who made this, but I'm gonna shout this person out. Give them a huge thank you, because this is amazing. This is amazing. But yeah, the Bitcoin USD, I'm sorry, the ETH BTC pair. Objectively speaking, we have found support. We have put in a higher low. If we go down to the 4-hour time frame here, you know, it's basically doing the same thing almost that the Bitcoin thing has done. In fact, let's see what happened here. Well, would you look at that, right? Yep, I mean, it definitely doesn't look bad. We've got 4-hour bullish divergence, but like I said, I'm usually looking at these types of pairs on much higher time frames. The 7-day I really like. People are like, why do you use the 7-day instead of the week? Isn't it the same thing? No, it's not. Look at this. It's different. It's just a little bit different. And I like the 7-day signals better. I find them to be more accurate. I know that's weird, but I'm a weird guy. So yeah, chickens, they do not drink Ethereum. They do not. They do not. Shout out to Luke from Toros Crypto. Guys, go check out Toros Crypto on YouTube. I have Luke on my channel sometimes. I'm sometimes on his channel as well. He's a very good trader, and you should check him out. Andy Carlson says I should NFT the pick. That is a good idea, Andy. That's a good idea, my friend. Shout out to everybody who liked the video, by the way. You guys are the best. I love all of you. God bless all of you. Do I think about other investment opportunities such as properties? Yeah, I do actually all the time. I'm considering getting into that. It's just there's a lot that goes into considering something like that and how to do it in the best way possible for TAX purposes. As well as my main focus right now is pretty much on the homestead, right? I can't really add too many things to my list, and buying and maintaining a house is pretty crazy. Me and Tino are going to collaborate soon, very soon. Christopher used to listen to Asking Alexandria as well. That's cool, Christopher. Yeah, I'm pretty much exclusively a trader right now when it comes to investing. You know, so can I please check ENS? I never really heard of ENS. I have a few NFTs, Mardano, but not too many. Not really, not too many. But yeah, well, guys, you know, it's been a pretty good stream. I'm gonna have to head out pretty soon. But I do appreciate all of you, and I do pray that all of you are super blessed. TLM, I can't really check it out. I don't have time right now. Yeah, sorry guys, I just kind of zoned out for a second. Short scalp right now, I mean, this is definitely not the time, in my opinion. I would say the time would have been up here at the daily when we got this bearish div right here, printing on the 12-minute time frame, right? So I cannot tell you. Personally, for me, I would not. That's just me. But based on this 1 minute as well, I would say probably not the best time. And if you're counter scalping the trend, you got to be quick. Your entries have to be on point. High leverage, on point entries. That's what I recommend as non-financial advice. Because again, guys, I do not trade real money, nor do I advocate trading real money. The purpose of life is to avoid all risks. And I firmly believe that. So, you know, for example, if there's the possibility that you might get sick, make sure to stay home. Definitely don't work, because it's all good. Don't worry, the government will absolutely provide for everything you need. And you know, you don't want to put yourself in any risk, right? If there's the possibility you could get your feelings hurt, make sure to ostracize anybody who has a different view than you. Demonize them, attack them verbally and maybe even physically, because you never want to put yourself in any kind of emotional, mental, physical harm's way. And I'll tell you, trading can be very risky if you're using real money. And so the last thing you want to do is put real money on the line, okay? So I only advocate paper trading. ByBit has a testnet account. This is just pure entertainment, financial advice. You know, I'm just a guy with a Pikachu hat with a whole bunch of chickens talking about the time my fib was exposed on stage. You definitely don't want to mistake any of this for financial advice, if you know what I'm saying. So, but for me, you know, scalps. If you're scalping, I'm big. If I miss an entry and I'm trying to scalp, you miss the entry. Wait for the next one. That's my my philosophy, which in Greek, you know, philos and sophia, the love of wisdom. My love of wisdom, my philosophy is if you miss the entry, just wait for the next entry. Right? It's not that big of a deal. There's a million trades out there. You don't have to worry about it. Shout out to Augie. Right, Aaron Gerson, do not sleep because you might not wake up. That's true. And the goal of life is to avoid death. And let me tell you guys, it's not a very successful goal. Byte wants to know, is it for real that I trade no money? Of course it's for real. Jerome wants to know, where do you get the Pikachu hat? I don't know. I found that thing in a car that was totaled in the junkyard. Who the heck is Philosophy? Well, Sophia is a deity, and Philo is a word for love, for brotherly love, right? Like Philadelphia, or what's another example? I can't really think of one right now. Right, I make money selling eggs, and I also make money selling paper because I paper trade. And so I posted this in my Discord a while ago. Let's see if I can find it here. But it was a while ago now, I guess. I post so much in here. In the Discord, it really is a great value. The amount of good traders in here and the dedication that we have to posting levels and potential trades and all this stuff is a great environment, I'm telling you. But I don't know if I'll ever find it. Here we go. So, just a reminder that I do not trade with real money. Neither should you. Real trading is very risky and will 100% ruin your life. You may be wondering how I'm able to pay the bills while only paper trading. The answer is simple. I've compiled so much paper over the years, I'm able to open up my own company that sells receipt rolls. And I'm actually under fire right now because of the rainforest depopulation of the trees based on my company that's making this paper. So we're going to have a green option from now on where it's going to be all digital. I'm going to be making digital paper money. And I don't know how I'm going to, I think I'm going to go into the selling email receipt business. So when you go to the store and they're like, how do you want your receipt, email or paper? I'll be the one selling the email receipt paper. And I think that'll work out well for me. So yeah, we have a daily green dot, a profile. Could turn into a bearish div. So Roggy wants to know the best time frame for scalping. Personally, for me, I find that the 6 minute is really reliable. If you see the div on the 6 minute. But shout out, by the way, to Michael Johnston, who says, sounds gay, just kidding. Well, it's the 90s, Michael Johnston. Anything goes now. Gay, straight, in the middle. Yeah, right. Philanthropy. Philanthropy. The love of man, right? Anthropology is the study of man. Anthropos, man. And phileo, or whatever, jagged mountain. Yeah, you're right. Philanthropy. Philanthropy? No, I can't even say it. Philanthropic. Like our good friend Mr. Bill Gates, just looking out for everyone else. Just making sure everyone else has medicine and technology, just going into parts of the world where everyone's living a happy, natural life and making sure that they have things that they need, like digital identifications and invasive surgeries and stuff like that, just very philanthropic. The love of man. Do I hunt or fish? Nah, not really. Yeah, I get it. So brotherly love sounds kind of gay. Well, you know what? A man can love another man. A man can love another man in a brotherly way. And that's perfectly okay. Wait, Aaron Grierson? Are you really a girl? There's no way. You're wait, is this true? It's blowing my mind because nah, you can't be a girl, right? Your picture's a boy, man. Now I'm flipping out here. Anthropomorphism, right? The movements of the body, right? Anthropology. Oh man, now I see. Why do I live in a cold place? Because of family. Daily dose of crypto. I wish I lived not here, for sure. For sure. Aaron Gerson, are you a girl? Be honest with me, bro. Okay. He's playing. All right. Cool. Cool. Oh man, look at this, guys. Look at this. W pattern on the 1 minute? I don't know. See, Michael Johnston, he's got some phileo toward me. That word phileo, like a filet fish. You know what I'm saying? The only reason I know that word is because of John chapter 21 in the Bible, where Jesus asked Peter, do you love me more than these? It's very interesting. A little very interesting discourse there. Yeah, see, this is how the streams go. This is why I keep them to an hour, right? Because it's been an hour and a half, and we've literally gone from technical analysis to talking about fibs on stage and Greek words. Where are we going, up or down? Quinty Course wants to know. I will tell you, dread mining. Come on, man. Come on. Let's keep it PG in here. All right. Where are we going, up or down? I will say for certain we're either going up or down. Okay. We can't know which way we're going. We can only trade what the charts are giving us. Okay. The charts gave us a major long signal down here at support. We took it. They're giving us resistance at resistance with some bearish signals made for a good short scalp or two. And I personally believe that we will range for a little bit and then maybe get another move to the upside. But I'm hoping that we come down to some of these lower supports first. Would really love to come back down to this golden pocket. Would be very nice. Would be very nice, to come down to that area. I know it's a scientific word, dread mining. It's just funny because I'm immature, man. You made me laugh, right? My immaturity is exposed. When am I going to release this? Soon, all right? I just have to record the videos, and the thing is, I was going to do it last week, but I was very sick. I think I probably had a touch of the vid, but I don't know for sure. If the vid's even real, I don't even know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know what's real. I don't know what's real in life anymore. I honestly don't know. I feel like I just exist in a plane all by myself. So Rob says, we're going up, trust me, up to the 52K within 24 hours. He has a very reliable source, which is his dad. So everybody trust Rob's dad. Trust Rob's dad. Jackson Durham, what did you ask me, man? I didn't even see your question. I don't see your question here, Jackson. He says, hey, babe. Just curious, when you release your strategies to the public, do you find it becomes less profitable? No, I don't. And here's something that I believe, right? Here's something that I believe in. Just because you release a really good strategy to the public, most people are not going to be able to use that strategy. I'm telling you. Because most traders don't have the discipline to stick to a strategy. So it's totally irrelevant whether or not they are sticking to it or not. And here's another thing. There's a bell curve, right? There's a bell curve. If at first everybody's using the same strategy, it actually makes it work even better. Because if everybody's putting money into the market in the same direction at a certain area, it's going to work very well. After a certain point, that becomes less of the fact. But here's the thing about my strategies, okay? My strategies, shout out to Fiber Splice God from Canada, my friend. My condolences. And I'm sorry for everything that's going on there. And it's going to be going on everywhere pretty soon. But the thing about my strategy is that it's literally based on real-time data. So if I see a bearish divergence in the market and money flow is coming down, that means money is leaving the market. It's not something you can fake, right? It's not something you can fake. You can't fake that. It's not like price comes up to like a Fibonacci golden pocket. You could, in theory, the market makers, right? And the manipulators and all these things, the things, the people out there, the mythical creatures. And I know that there's huge players, whales that move the market, don't get me wrong, but people blame everything on manipulation. Like, dang, I got stopped on my trade because of manipulation. No, it's not manipulation. It's just support and resistance. And you can see what's happening in the market. You can see the money coming in, coming out. A golden pocket, you could say, if everyone always longs and shorts the golden pocket, the market maker could say, well, we're gonna make those golden pockets not effective anymore. Right? That's possible. But if you see money leaving the market, then price can't keep going up. It just can't. It's impossible. So, but I could be wrong. You know, I don't know anything, guys. I don't know anything. Yeah, Precious Monk, it could have been that, man. I don't know. I don't know. It was some kind of respiratory discomfort, right? Fever, headache, sore throat, cough. Yeah, we very well may live in the metaverse. And, you know, I often wonder, Dread Mining, all right, everybody, Jason Casper's going to expose his crazy views, but perhaps everything that's been going on for the past 2 years is machine learning practicing to create a new reality inside the metaverse, right? Perhaps we already have a merging of virtual and actual realities going on here. I don't know. But we live in some strange times. Yes, Bama Crypto. We live in the metaverse now. It is interesting that everything that has been portrayed and perceived by many people around the world is coming to them exclusively through means that are virtual, such as a screen. Right? If we removed screens, which are windows into the virtual world, I have a hunch that perhaps most of the global, or if you don't believe in that, most of the Earth's population would be going on business as usual for the past 2 years. But because of a augmented reality through the means of screens and internet, things have not been business as usual. So, now before I get my channel totally shadow banned, man, absolutely 100% shadow banned here. Exactly, Dread Mining says making people stay inside will push everybody more into the metaverse. 100%. In fact, that is probably one of the main reasons as to why you know, the push of the separation, physical separation, has been pushed so hard, because indeed, if the revolution of industry, the fourth one, is going to happen the way certain people want it to, we have to, as a civilization, move in that virtual direction. It's necessary. And, you know, we must have the urgency of emergency. And man, I have to stop. So I love you guys. God bless all of you. And man, I'm probably gonna have to delete this video. All right, guys. Blessings in the name of Jesus the Messiah. Receive this blessing in the Hebrew language. Yavrechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. B'shem Yeshua HaMashiach Elohei Israel. In English, that means, may the Lord bless you and may He protect you. May He cause His light to shine upon you. May He have grace upon you. And may the Lord turn His face towards you and give you peace. In the name of Jesus the Messiah, the God of Israel. And indeed, guys, Jesus the Messiah, the God of Israel, is the way, the truth, and the life. And He is the light of the world. Those who follow Him do not have to walk in darkness. So all these crazy things that we are alluding to here, they are very dark and uncertain. But there is a way to have light in the midst of the darkness, in the midst of the chaos, and that is found in the Messiah. And I say that based on experience. I know not everyone's religious. But that being said, peace, y'all. Peace.